Good evening here in the Middle East. Good afternoon in New York. Exactly 5 years ago at this time, SEAL Team 6 was getting set for likely its most daring operation. Hours later, U.S. President Barack Obama made the proud announcement, the death of Osama bin Laden in a high-pressure raid in Pakistan. But as the saying goes, you can kill a man, but you can't kill an ideology. 5 years later, the shadow of bin Laden is long. Al-Qaeda is competing with the Islamic State, and chaos in the Middle East is leaving a major power vacuum. Defense correspondent Annie Arenheim reports.
For all those people we lost, we got them.
5 years after the killing of Al-Qaeda chief Osama bin Laden, the network he founded is far from dead, even if it has suffered a series of setbacks. By the time bin Laden was killed in a spectacular raid by U.S. Special Forces in Pakistan on May 2, 2011, the group he founded in the 1980s had already been badly damaged by the U.S. war on terror following the 9/11 attacks, with many of its militants and leaders having been killed or captured.
For over 2 decades, bin Laden has been al-Qaeda's leader and symbol, and has continued to plot attacks against our country and our friends and allies. The death of bin Laden marks the most significant achievement to date in our nation's effort to defeat al-Qaeda.
But even while the Islamic State group may have taken its place as a preeminent global terrorist power, experts believe that al-Qaeda nonetheless remains a potent force and dangerous threat, as al-Qaeda has shown it can still carry out deadly attacks. Last year's massacre on Charlie Hebdo magazine in Paris was claimed by the Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, considered by Washington to be the group's most well-established and dangerous branch.
The operation was following orders from our general, Chief Ayman al-Zawahiri, and in accordance with posthumous desire of Osama bin Laden.
A string of assaults of hotels and restaurants by another branch, Al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb, in Mali, Burkina Faso, and the Ivory Coast since November has left dozens dead, including many foreigners. The Al-Shabaab, another Al-Qaeda affiliate group, has also carried out deadly attacks in Kenya. As the new Al-Qaeda's chief, Ayman al-Zawahiri, struggled to fill bin Laden's shoes, dissent broke out within the ranks of Al-Qaeda militants, and one of the branches, Al-Qaeda in Iraq, broke away and formed the group which we now know as the Islamic State. But the Syrian Al-Qaeda affiliate, Jabhat al-Nusra, is thought by many experts to be a greater long-term danger than IS, while al-Nusra is much more flexible and less rigid towards the population under their control. The brutality by IS has begun to alienate some of their supporters. Al-Qaeda-affiliated militants who continue to seize on the chaos in Syria and Yemen even battle against the Islamic State while continuing to present themselves as an alternative to IS's brutality. They continue to take control of significant territory, contrary to the Islamic State, which continues to lose ground in both Syria and Iraq. And so, even by killing bin Laden, the head of Al-Qaeda, the U.S. has not killed the ideology of its fighters. Until the ideology of waging a holy war against the United States is defeated, Al-Qaeda will remain a key threat.